What's up, everybody? I'm Dear Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing smooth talking with DJ, and this week we're gonna be talking about Devil May Cry. And oh my god, I got the game in the background playing. This is the second episode I put up, but like, man, so I'm playing through this game. I'm halfway through, and my oh my, this game is amazing. The atmosphere, the feel, the gameplay, the combat, the story, the humor, everything is like, it's not too much, it's just enough. At first I was like, man, is Nero gonna be corny? Like, is this dude lame? But like, he kind of grew on me. He grew on me. There's some points where he was like a little bit of corny, but other times like he's pretty badass. He's not as cool as I would say Dante or Virgil. Like, they would have had Virgil in this game. Like, can you imagine another game like Devil May Cry 3 with Dante and Virgil going at it back and forth? Like, it would have been an amazing experience. But nonetheless, I'm enjoying this game. So I'm trying to stay off the internet until I finish the game, because I don't want any kind of spoilers or anybody coming in like, you know, messing up our flow. But I did happen to come across that there's a big uproar going on today about censorship in the game. And it's so funny that we talk about censorship, because last week on Smooth Talking we were playing Cyberpunk 2077, and as you know, that game has plenty of anatomy in the game, from male to female. There's no, it's equal for everybody. And the cool thing about that was, it's really Project Red really pushing the envelope and taking it further and saying, you know what, like, nudity is a part of life. And it's only in Western culture where it's like shunned or frowned upon. So it's interesting to see that they're taking on it. But in this game, apparently, there's a scene I noticed as well earlier where you found Lady, and she was like, well, she wasn't clothed, and you put something on her, and there's a glare on her. And I guess that's a big uproar. Everybody's saying that, hey, why is it in the PS4 version, in the Western copy, that it's censored, versus everywhere else around the world is not? So my question to you guys is, do you guys feel like it adds value to the game to have it not be censored? And I feel like they do it for the reasons of, a lot of people are conservative, a lot of kids want to play the game, but like, what if they rated the game M, mature? Like, would it be okay at that point? Because a lot of times they don't want to get into controversy with like parents and say, hey, like, you're exposing my kids to things I don't want to be exposed to. Then the game's like going crazy right now. Yeah, this dude was going to ham on me at this point. But what do you guys think about censorship in video games? Do you guys think it should be allowed? Let it be up to the gamer's discretion? Now, let's get back into the game. Enough about the censorship, what's going on in the world. So with this game, halfway through the game, what's my review of the game? I gotta give it a 9. The combat feels good, and even when you play with different characters, it doesn't feel like, why am I playing with this guy? I know the first time I picked up V, I love his edgy character. I was like, I'm not gonna like this guy. Like, he's cool, but like, he's super edgy. But like, his whole like familiar thing where he summons his monsters he's gonna fight with, I was like, am I really gonna like that fighting style? And at first I was like, it's whatever, but once you start playing with it, it's like fun. And also too, like, I know there's microtransactions in the game, and everybody's worried about it in terms of red orbs and the economy. It's like, man, they're gonna make it that you gotta make a choice to either spend real money or grind for hours. And honestly, at first I was a little worried, so I was really like, every single time I saw a red orb, I was after it. But then I was like, you know what, I kind of have enough for Dante, for myself, for Virgil, not Virgil, for Nero, all 3 characters. So I think it's a good mix. Different characters to introduce is good. I like the element where you're fighting and you can see someone else fighting in the distance, and it's like, oh, Dear Gamer, you're watching Dear Gamer, or you're watching DMC cast. Like, it's cool. I like little elements like that that really take a single player game and really switch it up a little bit and make it a little different. That's one of the reasons why I love the Souls games in the past, because you can be playing a single player experience and get invaded, and the next thing you know, like, your whole experience has changed. So with that, the combat, extremely fluid. The one thing I love whenever I play a game like this that's fast, swinging left and right, is lock-on system. As you can see in this video, like, yes, you can see it. What you can see is a lock-on system is so important, and how fast you react to like your moves and dodging and evasiveness, like, it's so important, because it makes fighting mobs or monsters, targeting different body parts, it makes it enjoyable. There's one thing I hate is when you're playing an action game and you're swinging into the air, then turn around, swing into the air. It's like you spend too much time recalibrating yourself than enjoying the experience. And I feel like for games like this, you want to be immersed. So the combat system is great. The skills are really, really cool. There's not too many. There's a good option, because sometimes when you play a game where there's multiple characters, at first you might be like, oh man, there's not enough abilities for every single character. But here, it's a good amount for everybody. It kind of brings me back to Devil May Cry 3, where you had like a bunch of different builds you can do. So like I feel really, really good like playing it and having all the different abilities you can do. Difficulty. Is the game hard? So here's the thing. When you find the minions, the game's not hard yet. I'm playing regular mode. I know they have Dante Must Die and all different modes available afterwards. I think they should have it. It's traditionally in every single Devil May Cry game. But the game has a good pace. It's not too difficult. The bosses, they're challenging. Like I think there's only been like 1 or 2 bosses I fought without having to use a red orb. And I'm a veteran of Devil May Cry and all the hard games. And sometimes, honestly, it's just me because I'm going balls to the wall. I don't want to like dodge or spend time reading the enemy. I just want to go in there and charge and fight, because that's what this game encourages you to do. It encourages you to just have a good time, go in there and make it happen, is go ham on everything. Their abilities a monster have, they're not cheese, they're not cheap, they're all cool, they're unique. They have a good range of movesets, which makes the boss fights like very immersive, very fun. The music is good. I like the music a lot. It's very good. It feels action-packed. It feels good. You don't have the church choir and everything going down. You're like, oh, some shit's about to pop off in this game. So I really like the music, the sound choice of it. I like the fact that you have the different outfits. I don't even know where I got the different outfits from. Maybe it's from like, I didn't get the deluxe edition of the game. Maybe because I pre-ordered it. I got the outfit. I got this white suit on right now. It looks extra crispy. The standard one looks a little basic, but this one's really cool. So I'm sitting here thinking, what don't I like? I want to talk about the bright side and the dark side of the game. I'm like, wow, what don't I like about this game? And it's like, I don't know if I don't like, if there's nothing I don't like. I think it's because I know what I'm expecting, because I know what the game entails. Like I played, if that makes sense, I played the other Devil May Cry games, and yes, it's a single player, linear kind of game. It's not open world, you can't explore. Like it's not like your Dark Souls kind of game where you can like go off this room and go off this area and like explore different areas. Most of the time you're on a track, and if you didn't know what this game was about before you got into it, that might turn you off. But if you know, like, hey, this is a traditional action game where you're gonna be on the rail, then it doesn't really bother me. So as far as some things that maybe like small nitpicking, if I'm really digging hard to find something, the music when you're fighting, like I love the music where you go through different areas, but I feel that they could have like maybe 3, 4, 5 tracks in rotation where you're fighting, so it doesn't always sound the same, because you do spend a lot of time fighting. Maybe add a little bit more mini bosses in the game. But I feel like it gets to the point where you're just like going through waves of monsters, and that's cool. It's fun. I want to practice my combos and skills, but at the same time, maybe like kick up the challenge a little bit more. And I think I'll find that when I play the harder modes of the game. So like I'll find my challenge there. But the thing about that is everything's gonna be harder versus like going to a point where, oh damn, is this a boss? Oh, it's not a boss. Oh, it's a good monster, but it's just really strong. But outside of that, it's like I can't think of anything else that really bothered me in the game. Like I think it was cool. As far as the censorship, like I get the perspective. I know why they're doing it, because even though it's one of those things where you have a good game, you don't want no kind of negative press around you, and you feel like, you know what, I just want to lay low key, release my game, and have a good day. And I feel like that's their approach when it comes to censoring the game. So if it's censored, it doesn't really bother me too much. If it is, it is. It's not, it's not. I think like one thing we need to start thinking about is people don't, this whole like family friendly content wave that everybody's trying to be on, like, is that what the audience really wants? Because think about it. Look at games like shows like Game of Thrones. That show, I literally binge watch Game of Thrones in 1 month, like a month ago. That's why my channel had like no videos, and I was like laying super low key. And that show was amazing. The gore, the violence, the tone, the nudity in it. You felt immersed. You know, it felt real. And I feel like a lot of times everybody escaped to YouTube because they wanted to be a part of something that was real. When you watch sitcoms on TV or whatever shows you're watching, Modern Family, Phil's Always Sunny, whatever, Office, it's all like, it's fun, it's funny, it's good, but like, you know, a stage, and they can only go so far in those shows. Versus like a show like Game of Thrones on HBO, they can do and say whatever they want. And I feel like there should be, game developers should have a similar freedom to be able to do that work, as long as your game is rated a certain way. So the whole family friendly thing that YouTube's trying to push as well, I think they should really reconsider that as well, because like not everybody wants that content. That's the reason why people left TV to come to the internet, because they want that real. So outside of that, like I'm telling you, like for me, maybe I do a follow-up video after I've done playing the game, and I can say, okay, you know what, this really bothered me while I was playing, now that I think about it. But as of right now, I'm having a great time, feels good. I'm a big Devil May Cry fan, so that might have something to do with it as well. But I think it's a good game. So my family, thanks for watching. This week on Smooth Talking with DG, we talked about Devil May Cry, my review of the game so far, halfway through. I give it a solid 9. It's a good game. It feels great, looks great. It's really, really fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next couple of episodes. I got them all like stacked up and ready to roll. I'm going to try and release one video every single day to kind of keep the momentum and energy going as well. But if you're new to the channel, subscribe, like the video, give it a thumbs up. My family, till next time, dear gamer, signing out.